Today I'm filming part 2 and the final installment of my 1980s Barbie collection. This video covers all of my Barbies from 1986 to 1989. I go by box date in case you were wondering. And this video will not be featuring any of Barbie's family members or her friends, it's just Barbie herself. I originally filmed this video back in 2016 and it included all of my 60s, 70s, and 80s Barbies, but of course in that time frame, now that we're in 2023, my collection has grown a lot and it just wouldn't be practical to include them all in one video, so I just went by how I had them in the containers. If you want to see pictures of these dolls or read more about them, know what they're wearing if they're in the wrong outfit, feel free to check out my 1980s Barbie album on Flickr. You don't need a Flickr to view any of my photos. This is my favorite decade of Barbie to collect for sure, so I'm really excited to share these dolls with you. There may be some differences between this video and the last one I filmed because I made a few mistakes, and I also might have gotten outfit upgrades or body upgrades or done different things with my doll's hair since then. So I hope you enjoy seeing some of the same faces and seeing some new faces. There are some very special dolls in this video. And without further ado, let's get to it. So we're starting with my 3 Funtime Barbies. What's interesting about these dolls is that they were sold in 3 different outfit colors. As you can see, I only have the purple version, and you could also get them with bent arms, which you can see. This lady over here is the bent arm version. My doll in the middle was my very first Funtime Barbie. I got her at the flea market from a regular seller for like $1 or $2. I just thought she was so beautiful, and I could tell she was from like around the late 80s, so I bought her and learned later that she was Funtime Barbie. And then not long after, I want to say it was in 2013, this lady on the left, I got boxed at the same flea market inside the building. There's actually going to be several dolls that you're going to meet in this particular collection video that were from that seller. I want to say she was maybe $10. And then this girl over here is my newest acquisition. I got her like 10 years after the others. I got her this summer in 2023 from a Salvation Army. We don't really go there very often, but my sister wanted to look for some things that she needed, some sneakers I think, and we stopped there on one of the last days of her summer vacation, and I found this lady. She was wearing an Aurora dress that I wanted, but her head had been shoved back on, and even though I knew, ooh, I think I have this doll, I just couldn't resist buying her because she was the only 80s Barbie, and she's so pretty, and she has amazing hair. Like, it is certifiably butter hair. I have my 2 super hair Barbies. They have little clips in their head that you can style the hair into. So this gal I got boxed inside at the flea market, same seller as Funtime Barbie, around the same time. And her jumpsuit, all of the faux leather peeled off, and that's why this one over here, I painted hers with like fabric paint. It was stained, that's why I painted this one and not that one. And the doll herself came from the Rolling Heads lot of 2021, so that was my first transformation video when I came back from my YouTube break, and I reunited her with this jumpsuit, and her head was off if I'm not mistaken, ergo the name of the lot. We have my 3 Jewel Secrets Barbies, my 2 blonde ladies. So the one in the middle here in the wrong outfit was my first. I got her in 2015 at the local flea market in a zipper case from a seller we used to buy a lot of Barbies from, and the lot is actually named after her, Jewel Secrets Barbie lot. And I think she's one of the most fascinating dolls of her time because she's got these really cool eyebrows that are little dashes. And that's why I couldn't resist buying her boxed in 2019. I got this girl at the local flea market for $10 from some guy that brought a bunch of like old toys. He actually had Jewel Secrets Ken too, but I didn't have a lot of money on me that day, and I already had like loose Jewel Secrets Kens that were pretty complete. She is amazing. And then we have the best one, my African American Jewel Secrets Barbie, who also has those cool dashed eyebrows. So she was actually a gift. She was part of the Wondrous Welly Wishers lot. And we got who we believe to be Jewel Secrets Ken with her. So Ken is recycled. The same doll is dressed in several outfits, but since we got him with Barbie, and he's a match to Jewel Secrets Ken, we got him Jewel Secrets Ken. She is amazing. Look how shiny her hair is. She was probably one of my favorites from that lot, and she's really special because she was a gift. My first Barbie, there's 3 of them. So we have the African American and the 2 blondes. So this AA lady is really, really special. She was a Christmas gift in 2018. We got her from the same year as my AA Great Shape Barbie, who was also boxed. They were Christmas gifts from our Uncle Ray. He's gotten us a Barbie each for Christmas ever since 2013. That was like the first Christmas after we met him. He's like not really our uncle, it's complicated. He's like our aunt's sister's husband, and they lived far away, and we met him for the first time in 2013, and we were talking about our doll collection, because he also does like a hobby of building models and things. So he surprised us, and ever since then he's gotten us dolls. And we have these 2 ladies here. So this one in the middle is from the Ken Suitcase bin, and the one next to her is from the Rolling Heads lot. So they're both bin dolls. We got her on opening day 2016 in a big green zipper suitcase. And then we have my Barbie in the Rockers from 1986. I've had her outfit since 2012, Father's Day 2012. I remember finding it in a wicker basket at the flea market. And she was actually a gift. The person who gave me the Wondrous Welly Wishers lot gave me, right like a month or so after that, gave me a huge lot called the Mountains of Monsters lot that had, what was it, like 166 dolls in it. And in the little note that she included, she had handpicked me this beautiful doll from her collection because she noticed I didn't have a Barbie in the Rockers from 1986, and it's one of her favorite Barbies. So yeah, she's extra special, and I made her these really cool earrings. And we have my 3 Perfume Pretty Barbies. So the lady in the middle here, I'm sorry, she's flashing you. It's just the nature of these dresses. Her name is Kimberly. She was one of my sister's very first Barbies when we were kids. My grandparents worked at the Salvation Army back then, and they took a junky bag home of dolls, and Colleen got to pick all of hers before me because I was only 2. Kimberly was one of the ones she chose, and I obviously reunited her with this dress later on. I actually very vividly remember we got this from the filthy Disney doll bin of 2011. Colleen was looking through the bin in the back seat of the Jeep, and she was like, "Oh, this goes to Kimberly." That was very exciting. And because Kimberly was in such beat up shape, we bought Kimber boxed at the local flea market inside from the same seller as Fun to Dress Barbie, Super Hair, and others you'll see. She's actually the saran haired variation, which is super cool. And then Kimmy is my newest lady. She is from the Mountains of Monsters lot, so she too was a gift. Now, she was a sorry girl when I met her. She was one of the loose heads that did not have a body, and her hair, I thought it was burned because it was so, like, frizzy and, like, dreaded in a way and, like, crunchy, but I was actually able to boil wash it, and I got her this body donor. There is, like, a chip on her neck. So I tried to like spiff her up a bit because this was my only other Perfume Pretty dress in storage. It's not in the best shape. You can see it's missing the bow and like the lace on the bottom. So I gave her like a hair bow and whatnot to distract from that. 3 Island Fun Barbies. So the one over here on the left, I have had her since I was a kid. Her name's Esperanza. I got her in a Barbie lot around 2003 or 2004. That was when we first started like buying big bins of dolls, because there was, I believe, a Skipper doll in the box that Colleen wanted, and the seller wouldn't like part out any of the dolls, so my dad just bought the whole box, and I got her this swimsuit later. And then we have Estella. She is from kind of like a gift. So in 2013, we sold my dad's toy truck collection. It was like a year after he passed away, and one of his friends had a friend who sets up at flea markets, and he had told him about my dad's toy truck collection, and he when he was here buying toy trucks, we were talking about how we collect dolls, and he had a bag of Barbies left over that he'd been selling off for years from some girl who had grown up and gotten too old for her Barbies, and he said he'd bring the rest of them over here when he found them because he knew we would, quote, do good things with them. And this swimsuit actually came from this doll. This is Estrella. But yeah, I thought that was really nice of him, and so she's special. We have a whole Dolly Tales video about the dolls from Bob. And then we have Estrella, who I bought her separately at the flea market for $1. I thought she was really interesting because you can see her facial screening looks so different because she's a different country make, and she's not in the nicest shape, ergo why I switched outfits around. Then we have my 3 California Barbies. This was the first girl I got. I got her in 2012 at an indoor flea market. I bought my Twirly Curls Hispanic Barbie and my Secret Hero Mulan from that same seller. I want to say it was the same day, and she was like $2 used with her earrings. I gave her these shoes later. She smells really distinctive. She kind of smells like my grandmother's house, even after all of these years. That's always the thing I remember when I look at her. And then about a year later, this girl turned up at the local flea market in a mini lot. The seller had a group of 80s Barbies and a bag of clothes I was really interested in. I didn't really need any of the dolls, but they were all moldy and I felt so bad for them, so I had to save them. So she, yes, was moldy, and I reunited her with this outfit. And then we have this gal, my newest one. I got her in the 2021 Rolling Heads lot. Her head was off. It's repaired on the side there, but I was able to fix it, and I gave her this outfit. Miss Julia is Dr. Barbie from 1987. She's like one of our oldest Barbies. She was from the Salvation Army. My grandparents got her, same time as Kimberly. I always remember about her is she was our mother doll. She sometimes was a good mother, but most of the time she was a bad mother, and she was married to my Cocoam doll, and she was very mean to him, and he had a bunch of daughters that she was mean to. And now she's married to Roger, Dr. Ken, or dating Dr. Ken in our like doll skits. So that's kind of where that persona came from. And then we have my Barbie and the Sensations gal. I got her in, I think, 2013 or 2014 from the seller we called Monster High Lady, because I bought a ton of Monster High dolls from her over the years. I'm sorry, she's flashing you. She was in really nice condition and was one of her cheaper dolls, and I knew she was from the 80s, so I bought her. I still don't have her outfit, but I think she looks so cute in this. Then we have Lilac and Lovely Barbie. I got her at the flea market in 2015. She was from the Ken Suitcase guy, but she wasn't part of that lot. We got her before he used to have like separate dolls. I got her the same day as my Wet n Wild Barbie and Ken, who were moldy, and she was wearing my UNICEF Barbie's outfit. We have my 2 Fun to Dress Barbies from 87. The lady on the left has been partially rerouted, so when I got her from the Jewel Secrets Barbie lot, she had chunks of hair that were cut, and I felt so sorry for her, so, but she was nice otherwise, that's why I rerouted her. And then this lady here is from the Ken Suitcase lot of 2016. We have Frills and Fantasy Barbie. I've had her forever. She was a childhood doll. I got her boxed as a kid, but she was already out of date because I was born in 1991, so obviously she was really out of date. I got her as a teenager, maybe like 11 or 12 actually. My dad bought her for me because that's when I started getting into collecting like boxed Barbies. I thought she was super unique. We have my 3 1988 Superstar Barbies. This was my first girl. I got her at an indoor flea market wearing her skirt and shirt, but not this overskirt. I got her from this like little hole in the wall flea market that was on the highway that we used to go to a lot. And I knew that she was older. I actually got my Superstar Movie Awards playset from that same seller, funnily enough. And this girl, she is so pretty. Like, this is my ugly doll. It's her country make. There's something kind of unflattering. I saw her at the flea market in 2015, 2016. She was in a basket. She was kind of expensive, maybe like $3 to $5, but she was wearing her outfit and had her earrings, and she was so pretty, and I just had to buy her. She's from the same seller my American Girl Lindsay is from. We occasionally buy dolls from her. And then this girl is my most special and the most fantastic. She is from our Uncle Ray. She was a Christmas gift in 2019, and that was the only year that he got us used dolls instead of boxed ones. He thought that it would be fun for us to have like more dolls to make over. Then we have Angela. She is a Fun to Dress Barbie. Sadly, she recently needed a body donor. So she was a gift from my great-grandmother. I don't know, I only met her one time. She came over here. She was from my mom's side of the family. And she gave my sister this like clone clown doll. And I actually for once got the better Barbie. Angela was wearing her like lacy underwear but had a bridal outfit that I still own. It was Wedding of the Year, I think. Yeah, she was wearing that, and I thought she was so fantastic, and she played Julia's daughter. And very recently, I went to get some dolls out of this container, and her arms had just broken off. That sometimes happens when they get really old. The ABS plastic gets brittle, so I had to give her this body donor, which isn't as nice as her other one, but... Then we have the many Cool Times Barbies. I have 5 of them. This is my favorite Barbie line of all time, in case you're wondering. I just think they're fantastic, and when I first got into collecting, I kept my eyes peeled for these dolls. So Allison over here, Allison could have an hour-long video on her own. So you'll note that she's rerouted. She was my very first reroute. She is president of the hair club, as my dad used to say. Her hair comes all the way down to here, and it's all saran. I actually tried to reroute her a few times, and it didn't go very well. Anyways, Colleen got her from my grandparents at the Salvation Army, and as long as we had her, she had a haircut. Like, we got her with a haircut, so it was like maybe like this long, and it stuck straight up, and she had crimps in it. I don't know, when I went through this phase of like trying to make over my dolls at 9 or 10, I thought I'd give her a stylish pixie cut, and I felt so guilty about it that I could never like throw her out. So I knew one day I would have the abilities to restore her hair, and when I got into collecting in 2011, that was my first order of business, was getting Allison hair. Now this was my second Cool Times Barbie. I got her at the local flea market, used in the wrong outfit. She was a few dollars. I got her from the same lady as my Funtime Barbie you met that I bought separately. This gal is from Bob, so she was from the guy who bought my dad's trucks. And what's interesting about her is she had really, really thin hair on this side because her hair is parted to go into 2 ponytails. I actually took hair that I salvaged from one of my childhood dolls that needed to be rerouted, Dance Magic Barbie, aka Christine. You'll meet her at the end of this video. Yeah, so she has donor hair. This girl was boxed. So a friend of mine found her at an indoor flea market. I think she was only like $10, and that was in 2012. Bought this doll, and I paid her back for. And this girl, I got her for Christmas 2017 from my Uncle Ray. I don't know how he does it, but he always manages to pick out the best dolls, because Allison was one of my very first Barbies and one of my most special, and Ray just so happens to pick her out. And she's actually not the facial variation Allison is. This lady is the facial variation, but this is the hairstyle that Allison came with. I did have to like redo her crimps, but that's the hair Allison came with. They came in a lot of different variations. Then we have my 3 Animal Lovin' Barbies. This is my first lady. I got her in 2011 at an outdoor flea market that's actually set up at like a racetrack. So I got her and my Barbie and the Rockers Ken for $5 each, which I thought was kind of steep, but they were wearing their outfits. Then we have my other lady from Ken's Suitcase Lot. I reunited her with this outfit. She has really nice hair and actually cleaned up really well. I got her in 2019 from my Uncle Ray, so she was used when I got her. She's my only Kaneko haired variation. You can see how her hair looks thinner and less shiny. I actually got her, her earrings were out. It's really fascinating. They were there, but they were like out of her head. And I got her her panda, and I also got, it's kind of blurry, but Ginger was with her. This is my garden party Barbie. I named her Cher as a kid, but not like Cher spelled like the singer Cher, like I'm going to share my soda with you. I got her from these people that we used to get free Barbie cases from. I remember she was naked, and I bought her because she reminded me of my first Barbie, Ice Capades, because she has this like really heavy purple eyeshadow. Her and I go way, way back, and excitingly enough, I got this outfit for her. This outfit was part of the Mountains of Monsters lot. It was on one of the Mrs. Hart dolls. I saw it and I knew it went to share. So it's special because she's special and that lot was a gift. Style Magic Barbie. I've had this lady forever, since 2013. I got her at the local flea market from the same seller that my moldy California Barbie came from. She too was moldy. I actually reunited her with this outfit. This fantastic, beautiful creature next to her I got from the Salvation Army in 2019 on Memorial Day Monday. So we went to the flea market that Monday. Usually our flea market, the one we go to every week, is only open on Sundays and seasonally. But on certain holiday Mondays it'll be open too, and that meant the Salvation Army was open, so I got her and several other dolls you're going to see in a few minutes. And they were in great condition. They weren't with the regular toys. They were at the front by the registers in a basket, and for some reason every time we went in there, the different employees would always like mark the dolls like half off even if it wasn't a sale, which I thought was really interesting. Sadly that place closed in 2020 though. We have my fabulous 1988 Holiday Barbie. She was the first Happy Holidays Barbie ever. And I got her on opening day at the flea market in 2014. She and a few of the other Holiday Barbies in my collection were in my laundry tub. If you watch my transformation videos, that yellow bucket with the handles, that came with these dolls. And I remember it was really cheap for the lot of them, but they were covered in mouse poo, so they needed to be really deep cleaned. Then we have Feelin' Fun Barbie, which I don't know how fun she's feeling. She's in really bad shape. You can see she's got like bite marks and her hair looks kind of sad. It's been like boil washed and it's nice and sleek, but she doesn't have much of it left. I got her from the Ken Suitcase bin in 2016. And then we have my 6 Beach Blast Barbies. 6, yes. So, Luann here, I got her as a kid. I should note, I crimped all of their hair myself. All their crimps were gone when I got them, except this lady. So Luann was from one of the lots we got as kids in like 2003 or 2004. I thought she was really unique looking, and that's why she has a name. And then the box lady was my second one. I got her inside at the local flea market in like 2012 from that same seller that many of my box dolls came from. She's my only one with like the complete swimsuit. And then we have Luisa and Luisa's sister. Luisa's named because see how her head is pale? That's a factory defect that happens when these dolls get old. She lost all of her skin coloring in her face, so it's like this funny color. Both of them are from the Ken Suitcase lot of 2016. And then funnily enough, my other two, who are not named, I got them from the Mountains of Monsters lot. They were a gift. And this one here on the end, her head was actually rolling around, but she has really nice hair. I seem to get these dolls in pairs. Then we have my first Barbie. So she was from the Salvation Army on Memorial Day, wearing her outfit. I'm glad that they weren't in the regular toy section because you know how kids can be at places like the Salvation Army. They would have been like totaled. We have my 3 1989 My First Barbies. This one, right here, was my sister's very first Barbie ever, ironically. She got her for her birthday in 1992. We actually have a Polaroid picture of her with this doll, brand new, and it's dated. So, yeah, she was on shelves for a long time. Colleen named her Delila. I think she was trying to name her Delila. She had really, really, like, thin, tatty hair. It took me a long time to boil wash it and restore it back to, like, reasonable condition. She also didn't have a dress anymore, so we had to reunite her with this dress, and she had a broken neck. She spent a lot of our childhood with a quote-unquote fat head that my dad super glued onto her neck. So, yeah, I fixed that. One of my first orders of business as an adult collector. Now this gal, Delila, all I'm thinking about is my guinea pig named Delila now. She was also a childhood doll. I bought her when I was like 11 or 12 at a flea market because I recognized her and I knew she was the same as Delila. And around that time, I had started kind of trying to like find better versions of our favorite childhood dolls. I got her this outfit later. Dinah is from the Ariel yard sale lot of 2011, and she had her dress when we got her. And you'll note that she looks very different. They have many variations of this doll. that fall, which was the last fall my dad was alive, he took us to a bunch of yard sales one day, and I got some Bratz dolls, and I got this case of 90s Barbies that we called the Ariel yard sale lot because there was a few Ariels in it. We have Dance Club Barbie. She's one of my faves of all time. This is Kula. She is a childhood doll. My sister picked her out at a yard sale when we were kids. She remembers, I don't. I picked out a Ken doll, who we believe is Crystal Ken. I remember his legs were always falling off. And I reunited her with this outfit. And Kula had her own theme song when we were kids. We used to have these games. Sometimes it turned into musicals. Her theme song was Ooh La La, it's Cool La La. And I always remember her jumping in the grocery store singing that because it was part of the musical. This is Electra. She is from Ken's Suitcase Bin. I also reunited her with this outfit. She is my only saran-haired variation, which I think is fantastic. She is beautiful. I think she's the prettiest of my Dance Club Barbies. And then this lady over here, I got her from the Salvation Army on Memorial Day, and she has Connect on here. She looks just like Kula, but like perfect condition. She even has her little socks. We have my two Western Fun Barbies. I got this lady over here back in maybe 2012 or 2013. She was at the local flea market, I think for $5, and she had her Sunrunner horse with her, who is over there on my fourth shelf. This gal, who has less hair and isn't in as quite nice condition, was a Christmas gift in 2019 from my Uncle Ray. I did make her these really fantastic ribbon earrings, and I had to give her some nicer pieces of clothes I had in storage. Then we have Fun to Dress Barbie. I got her at the flea market in 2014 for $1, and I very specifically remember I got my painted hair Ken. My sister got a straight leg Skipper. They looked perfect. They were just naked, and they were $1 each too. And I got one of my Black Friday Megan's. And we have my Happy Holidays 1989 Barbie. I got her boxed inside at the flea market from that seller I mentioned before. She was missing her shoes, if I'm not mistaken. That lady's box dolls were sometimes very questionable. We have Lilac and Lovely Barbie, and we have Ice Capades Barbie. These two were Christmas gifts in 2014 from our Uncle Ray. And the cool thing is that Ice Capades Barbie, this one right next to her, Christina, was my very first Barbie ever. And I don't know how Uncle Ray always manages to pick the coolest dolls. Like, he doesn't know that. He just has really good instincts. So, he thought that was so cool. Her name is Christian, by the way. And they are different country makes. That's why they look so different, but it's so awesome having this outfit. And she's my only one with her outfit. I do have another Ice Capades Barbie. They were reissued in 1990 in a different outfit. If you watched my first video, I had another one. I still have her. She's just in the 1990 outfit now, so we're calling her 1990. Christina was from my grandparents who worked at the Salvation Army. I was 2 years old when I got her. And I don't think I really remember it anymore, but I replayed the memory so many times in my head as a kid that I remember me remembering it. I got her and my All-American Ken, who I've named Kevin, and a cheerleading Skipper, who we no longer have, in a plastic bag. And I remember when I pulled Christina out, and she was like half bald at the time, totally naked. I fell in love with these awesome high eyebrows and super purple makeup. She's amazing. I had to reroute her as an adult, and I had to give her a new body because my childhood guinea pigs used to eat my Barbies. Apparently, that was my way of showing love. Here, eat my Barbie. Not a good idea. And then this lady over here, her and her twin, who's going to be in one of my 90s collection updates, they were from the man named Bob that gave us those Barbies, but she was not part of that lot. We actually bumped into him later on in that same flea market season, and he had a case with, a couple cases with a few random Barbie clothes, and he said we could have them for free, which was so nice. We have my Wet n Wild Barbies. This lady I got in 2015. She was moldy with my Lavender Looks Barbie and Wet n Wild Ken. And this girl, she was a gift. She was from the Mountains of Monsters lot. I believe she has Saran hair. She is fantastic, and I reunited her with this outfit, but this lady already had hers. We have Party Treats Barbie. She was a Christmas gift in 2015 from my Uncle Ray. She's adorable. And the other doll we got that year was from the 90s. Party Pink Barbie. So many parties. She's not having much of a party, though. She's from the Ken Suitcase lot, and as you can see, she's seen better days. She's not supposed to have bangs. Someone tried to give her bangs, so I had to kind of work with what I had. And then we have my Dance Magic dolls. I have 3 of them. We have Justine, Christine, and Jolene. Christine in the middle here was my sister's childhood doll from the Salvation Army from my grandparents. She always had a mullet haircut when we were kids. It was Kaneko hair, but it was like all of this in the crown was cut like nubbed. I couldn't replace it because the rest of her hair was like skimpy anyway, so I rerouted her. She's an old dear friend, and that's why I wanted to buy Justine from that woman at the flea market inside who had box dolls. She's my only one that has her whole outfit. I have like a bunch of these skirts, but none of the bodices. And then Jolene, she is from the Fountain Mermaid lot of 2016. This is Party Lace Barbie. She was a Christmas gift from my Uncle Ray in 2016. And she's actually the first gift from him that we opened on my channel. I believe from Unexpected Arrivals. Sue and Ray weren't at the family Christmas that year. So they dropped the gifts off later at my uncle's house, and we stopped by to pick them up. And then last but not least is UNICEF Barbie. I got her from the Fountain Mermaid lot as well. I always wanted this doll. I remember seeing the Asian version as a kid, and I deeply regretted not buying her. So it was so exciting getting her. She was probably my favorite from the Fountain Mermaid lot. I hope you enjoyed this collection video. Like I said, if you want to see pictures of these dolls or read detailed information, feel free to check out my Flickr. You don't need a Flickr to view my stuff. And I will also have my updated 60s and 70s collection video, as well as my 1980 to 1985 collection video if you want to see all of those dolls too. So until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.